Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is October 30th, 2018, the home of the 2-minute price prediction, as well as giving you all the news according to the charts. And as you can probably tell by the thumbnail, this video is going to be about Aurora Cannabis. Stock is not a buy, nor for the faint of heart. What's been going on in the cannabis industry thus far has definitely been a huge sell-off in the market. We told you all that over the last couple of cannabis videos we do have on this YouTube channel. So if you have not seen it, go ahead and go back and watch it. That we were definitely seeing weakness in the market for the cannabis industry. So hopefully you all were able to take note of that. And literally what we're going to talk about today is pretty much the same old thing. Now, I don't want you all to come to me and leave us a comment saying that we're haters of Aurora Cannabis. The only thing that we're doing here as an organization is just literally giving you the facts according to the charts and making sure that the articles that we all read, to make sure that it actually makes sense to the price charts. We want to see the price chart tell us the same story about the particular stock or commodity or whatever the particular instrument may be, that it makes sense to the article as well. So that's what we're simply here to do. So we don't need that bashing of, oh, he doesn't like Aurora, because it really makes us know, never mind, because we make the money whether it goes to the upside or to the downside. Okay, we're unbiased in the reporting of these stocks. So we definitely want to bring that out before I get started in this article for today. Now, if this is your first time though coming to this channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, because we're the only organization that's giving you all the proper analysis of these stocks, as well as the articles that we read on a daily basis. We want to make sure that they're actually trying to tell us the truth about what is written in the article. Okay, so go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button as well, and leave us a comment once we complete this video and tell us your thoughts about the cannabis industry. So let's get on into it. This article was uploaded today to the internet. I will leave you a link in the description of this video as well, just so you can go ahead and do a little bit more of your own research. The title is called Aurora Cannabis Stock Isn't for the Faint of Heart. And as you see the little sub caption right here, this is not the time to be a hero in ABC stock. Written by Will Asworth. He's an investor place contributor, and some of the things that he do talk about in this article definitely is of a negative light for Aurora, at least for the time being. So we're not saying that, or he's not trying to say that Aurora Cannabis is going to go all the way down to zero, even though you can tell right here that ACB itself is down 26% from October, the beginning of October through October 26, and is down 43% from its October 16 all-time high. So that's a very significant correction in the market for this particular cannabis stock, and it could go all the way back to this company not being profitable. Okay, now we need to wait and see how low ACB or Aurora Cannabis can go in the very short term. Okay, there's a lot of questions that investors have about companies like Aurora who aren't profitable. He definitely had to make that point and generate small top line revenues, are very similar to those who asked questions about the .com companies in 2000, just before the implosion. So if that's the case, if he's trying to equate the cannabis industry the same way as with the .com industry, then yes, we have a lot further to move to the downside. Okay, so continue looking down this particular article. You can see that during that .com, that 1999-2000 time period, the earnings wasn't even important. You know, a lot of the other valuation metrics like price to sales, etc., were more important than the actual earnings that the company was bringing in. And as he wrote here, it never lasts. So the valuation measures that this or the industry uses to try to justify increasing price eventually fails, and then the stock collapses and comes all the way back to a realized price area. Okay, so he goes on to write, if you own ACB stock or are considering to buy it, whether it wins or loses is going to be because of its profits or losses. Okay, so until ACB in his perspective is if it's not making a profit, it's not going to increase in price per share of the stock. If it's continuing to lose money, then expect Aurora Cannabis to decrease in price. Okay. It's going to take a while from his standpoint before Aurora actually start making some dependable, profitable quarters, profitable years. He is expecting that to take a while. And as well, there's a Canadian debt rating agency, DBRS, who came out, even though the market is relatively young and new, they are actually trying to give this particular sector a B range, which is not good considering the credit risk profile of the entire industry. Okay. And Will actually goes through some of the financials of Aurora Cannabis, which is highlighted here. Currently, they have annual revenues, all written in Canadian dollars, $55.2 million. They have an operating loss of $95.8 million. They have cash and marketable securities of around $149.4 million, $9.2 million in long-term debt, $191.5 million in unsecured convertible loans with a 5% interest rate. So that's more debt, and a conversion price of about $13.05. Now, it also has $150 million term loan that it got through the Bank of Montreal. So it definitely seems as if Aurora Cannabis has a lot of debt to pay off. They got it in August after the close of its fourth quarter, along with a $50 million credit facility that can be up to $250 million if it meets certain conditions. Once you put all of that over these last two paragraphs, once you factor all of that, Aurora currently has a net debt of $51 million. So they're already in the hole, $51 million in the company. That's likely to increase from Will's standpoint as it takes on more debt to finance its operations around the world, as are its operating losses. So both are going to increase as Aurora Cannabis tries to widen its scale as to market cap or market arena to where it can try to bring in a little bit more money. So bottom line on Aurora Cannabis or ACB stock. With the markets as volatile as they are at the moment, it makes no sense for anyone except the savviest and most experienced of investors to be dabbling in cannabis stocks. Names like Aurora might be the big winners 5 years from now, but not without going through a lot of pain. So definitely that's the purpose of us looking at the price chart in conjunction with this article, because we're not naysayers about ACB stock. Do not get it twisted. We're just literally looking to see if this is the right opportunity to come in and start buying this company. And once we look at the price chart, this is Aurora Cannabis ACB ticker symbol, and this is the monthly chart. And obviously you can tell that this is a massive spread down bar in the market for ACB. Definitely not showing us any signs of some strength coming into the market as of yet. One of the key things you can tell here in ACB is the ability of this market trying to hold $5 as support. It has done it in 2 months. It did it this particular month of December 2017 and as well as July of 2018. Now, what I'm seeing currently in the month of October, I would like to see this particular bar close towards a little higher in the middle towards the upside, but since we're closing towards the low, that $5 is in jeopardy of being broken of support. Now it can come down to $4, or even you can see the tops of these bars here, $3 or so. So that's why he gives you in the article 5 years long term of holding this stock if you're really interested in this particular industry. Okay, looking at it on the weekly chart, you can still see here that weakness is very prevalent. Strength is not here, so downside movement is still in store for ACB. $5, maybe even $4 would be the first areas of support that this particular stock is going to try to hold. Okay. But right now the strength is not being revealed. I would like to see it hold support at $5 or $4. But until we're able to actually get a little bit lower in price, we won't be able to certify those numbers. So the article actually is on point according to the price chart. So in conjunction with the price chart and the article, we will have to go with Aurora Cannabis still being weak, and that movement to the downside is still in store. Now, I told you all that I would be trying to see $5, $4 as support, but that's no guarantee given the newness of this particular industry, as well as Aurora Cannabis trying to branch out worldwide and increasing its debts. And if it's not going to be making a profit relatively soon, then even at $5, $4 is in jeopardy, and it could come all the way back down to $3. So just tell us your thoughts. I mean, really, what do you guys think about Aurora Cannabis? I do think long term that a lot of these companies entering the cannabis arena will be profitable companies, will be very successful. But being that it is new, being that a lot of these companies are just starting out and they're increasing their debt load, it's relatively unlikely that we're going to get that huge increase in price early out in the market. We're going to have to go through that painstakingly long-term holding stock, that type of deal, in order for us to actually see some increase in price. Okay, so our analysis is that ACB still has some movement to the downside to go. Tell us yours. Give us a comment in the comment section of this video and let us know if you think Aurora Cannabis is still a buy, or do you think it's going to continue to move a lot lower in price. Again, we do appreciate you all watching this video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share it as well, and tell everyone else how easy it is to predict prices. Make sure y'all maintain your profitability. I will see you all later.